Right, I'm in the living room now instead of my bedroom because there's more space and I've got the house to myself. This is the repeater. Basically I defaulted the panel so that I can, start reprogramming it again. And although the repeater is connected, it's not fully set up, so although it says pretty much the same thing, it's not properly talking to each other because I've only plugged it in. I've not told it that it's connected or anything. But what I have done is I got 6 switch monitors off eBay for 99p, so I thought I'll just get them, see if I can use them for something. I do have uses in mind for some of them, but yeah. Anyway, I've not got the correct end of line, so it is showing a fault, but I've got the correct resistors that I can cause a fire condition. And on this zone monitor I've got this Hoshiki head. So in the panel setup, I've set the switch monitor as zone 10 and the zone monitor as zone 2, I think. But basically what I've told the panel is that the zone monitor is on the zone which is inside the house, and the switch monitor is on the zone that's not inside the house, which is inside the shed. So when this goes into alarm, the sound does pulse, 1 second on, 1 second off, and when this goes into alarm, the sound is continuous. Something I'll quickly point out, I've noticed this start to crackle when it makes a sound. I'm not quite sure why, but yeah, I hope it doesn't break. So I'll put this, oh yeah, I've also set the function LEDs, so function 1, or it might be function 2, one of them is shed in fire, and the other one is house in fire. So this is what the panel thinks is the shed. I'll just put it into alarm. Takes a while. So there, function 2. Hear that cracking there? I'm not quite sure why that's cracking. Maybe the piezo is coming loose or something. I'll have to try and fix it. Right, yeah, silence. So you can see the function 2 light has come on, saying that I'll have a label there saying shed or external or something, because we're probably going to have 2 sheds, one that will be like made of brick and it'll basically act as a workshop and hopefully my bedroom as well, and the other one will just be a standard tool shed like that one, but I'm going to knock that one down. Yeah, because that one's really old and falling down already, so we're going to put one like around there, and I will just put one detector in there. Basically the loop is going to extend out to an I/O unit in the workshop shed, which will interface with a conventional panel. I could just use addressable detectors and sounds in there, but I don't want to. I want it to have its own panel. Oh, shut up. But in the tool shed I'll just have like one optical detector on the ceiling that is addressable, so the loop can just go out, go into the shed there, come back out, go to the tool shed and come back. Right, so that was the simulation of the shed going into fire, and now I'll show you the what it'd be like if any part of the house went into fire. hangs on the last note. To stop that happening, I just flick it to another tone. It's got 3 tones. Basically, it's got I'm not even sure what they are, but one of them is that, but it's actually got 4 tones because that one hangs on the last note. But if you change it to another tone, which on the tone sheet isn't registered as anything, it doesn't hang on the last note. I'm guessing that'll be the same with the XP95 sounder basses as well. Right, on here you can see the function 1 LED is lit. That means there's fire in the house. Yeah, basically the reason for having 2 sounder styles is so that if you're upstairs asleep and you hear the alarm, then you know it's either going to be in the house or not in the house. If it's in the house, obviously it's an immediate danger, you need to get out and stuff. But to get out, all the bedrooms are upstairs, the stairs are there and the front door's there, so you're going to go out there. You're not going to pause to look at the panel or anything. But if it's out at the back, forget about seeing smoke out of the window or anything like that. If it's out the back and you're going to want to either try and extinguish it, or I don't know, say you just need to get to it, because obviously there's garden hose, it's not going to harm to try and put it out if the fire is detected early enough. And yeah, so, well, I don't even know the reason. It's just better to have, instead of 1 tone for all, it's better to know where the fire is, you know, from the first moment the alarms have sounded. I've still got 3 minutes on here before the memory card is full, so I'll show you on here. This is basically the software. You can program your cause and effect output groups, ringing styles. So this is pulse 1 second on, 1 second off. This is num 0s on all the time. Then I've got some other ones that I was just messing about with. Then, so on the cause and effect, I've got group 1 all. So all the sounders on there, obviously there's only 2 at the moment, are set to output group 1. And here, style 0 to style, style 0 is the ringing style, which is constantly on. Zone 1 to 9 are the zones in the house. So that means basically that if zone 1 to 9 is in fire, it'll set ringing style 0, so the sounders will be on constantly. And if it's zone 10 to 10, so only zone 10, then it will go to style 1, which is pulsing. And obviously if you wanted another sounder to come on continuously, no matter what zone is in fire, you'd put another group, so style 0, zone 1 to 250, and then assign that sounder to that output group. So it is pretty simple once you get your head around it. You've got loads of other things like time clocks, networks, passwords. Might not be able to show them even though they're available anyway, but disablement group, I've not got into that yet. Zone names, which I've got to do actually. Device names, the panel, loop 1, show only used addresses. You can see I've only got 3 devices, the XP95 sounder, the XP95 switch monitor and the XP95 zone monitor. They're there. So here, if I click this unspecified Apollo sounder beacon, it's out focus. Right, it should be in focus now. If I click there, yeah, there, unspecified Apollo sounder beacon. Oh no, go up here. Here, right. You can see point details. So this is all the details about this. There's its address, 125. There's its type, sounder. Device location text, I've not filled that in. I should do. Zone 3. Allow investigation delays, no. Disable group, 0. Invert output, no. May silence, yeah. If that's unticked and you press the silence button, the sounder will not shut up. I think anyway, may walk test. That means I think if it's on walk test, the sound is enabled, that sounder will either turn on or not turn on. And here we go, output group 1. So that, if I change that to a different one, then it could, you know, be independent of all the other sounders. But at the moment, all the sounders are on output group 1, which if we come back to here, output group 1, and this is it. So yeah, that's a not very in-depth detail of the PC software. If you want to know more, just request for me to do a video showing a specific thing on here. 10 seconds left. Thank you for watching.